Well, hello everybody. We're gonna do some work in the park today. I did a little bit on Sergeant Bones. Now I'm gonna do a little bit with Dobbers. Because Katie Wick and Dobbers grew up together as when they're kids. They became wizard and warlock. Katie Witch saved Dobbers, but she kind of saved him by putting him in between, dead and the living. So he's kind of like a ghost that she kind of cast on him in order to keep him going. So, and that's why he's kind of got real pale skin, because he's a living ghost, and that was because Katie Witch did her magic when he needed some help at one point. And that's the story. Sergeant Bones, he's the guy that paints all old Grizz's tanks and ships when they get destroyed or burnt or blasted, and what he does is he shrinks them down to model size. He redoes them, fixes them, paints them, puts them back to the regular size in the tank garage or in the rubber duck fleet's port. Old Grizzly's rubber duck fleet for World of Tanks and World of Warships. But here I'm working on that's Katie Witch there. Kind of finishing up on her. And what I've done is I kind of built most of these over in the other park, the other clipboard park. And I started a new one so I could save them to my workbench. And then I can bring them in and use them when I need them. And they're going to be part of the shops I'm going to build here, like I did in the first one. So I can save the whole shop, like Katie Witch's shop. I'll save that as a whole thing with all the menus put in for cookies and stuff like that. And then I'll do the one for Dobbers. Then for Sergeant Bones' shop, I call it like Sergeant Bones' Chow Hall. And then I can use the hamburgers and stuff like that for that one. I could do a double stall there too by maybe doing hot dogs, and then create that whole stall type for Sergeant Bones and his chow hall. And then I think I could do something with Dobbers. I think I can do like maybe merchandise. Maybe we could do a stall that would sell different things. I know. How about a hat? A hat shop, and make it sell possible wizard hats. I'll have to go through the menu and see what they have. But we're going to have pirates in the park. We could do a pirate hat. Then I'm going to go back and bring some of this back into the park where I got those ships rolling around. And then I want to build a castle. And so we'll have a lot of this as part of that. And because the castle does fit in with Minecraft, because many people have built castles in Minecraft, and they've done some awesome builds, and it's fun. It's kind of like this here, where you can really just use your imagination and build if you want. You don't actually have to. You can do the creative side of it, just build with whatever they have available. Sometimes that's just as fun. I know Philette and I, we created a whole city harbor with ships in the harbor, and she built a lighthouse and a big old palace, and she even did an amusement park. So it's Minecraft does fit into this so well, and it's created all kinds of neat little parks for those Minecraft enthusiasts. A lot of what's in the park and stuff like that is from what being an adventurer and going out adventuring. It all started with World of Warcraft. when I created my first character, which was Grizzle. He tamed a cat named him Taz, and for the longest time I ran those two as my main character. Until I kind of got locked out once. I got tired of paying for a locked out account, so I quit. So I haven't been back. I've thought about maybe starting back in and see what I can do. But for right now, I do what I can do with Minecraft. Grizz. I did a couple of things with him, and then I created Katie Witch. I thought using Katie Witch in Minecraft because you can bake in there, and you can bake cookies, and I said, oh, okay, I can use that. So that's where Katie Witch came from. On my PlayStation 4 downstairs in the studio, I do have the park with it, and then so I can bring. I think I can do a capture on that one of the videos I made there and bring it in, and but that was using Katie Witch. I created Dobbers. I also created a compound for Sergeant Bones, which is all on that PlayStation 4. So I can bring some images up, and I have videos I think I posted a while back of the compound and different things, and I'm kind of explaining the storyline that was going with that. What I was trying to do, I wanted to do, set up a mine cart and then have it roll all the way over to where, all the way over to where her cookie shop is, and just kind of make it so that the ingredients and the stuff she needs to bake cookies come in on that mine cart and feed the furnaces, as they were. And I was working on that. I wanted the whole factory and everything else, but I went on to other things, and like I said, the PlayStation 4 downstairs is kind of got a lot of old stuff on it that I could use in Coaster Planet. But I like this. This is kind of cool. I'm used to using Microsoft Paint and painting with pixels, as opposed to using vector points and stuff like that. And the biggest problem with doing it that way, though, is the scale of some of the stuff you build is huge, because you're using a normal size block to create the character. And that's why the one I had in a couple of my other Coaster Planet parks, I had a big statue of old Grizz and Taz. Now here in Coaster Planet 2, you can use the shapes and stuff, and you can resize them, so it makes it a little easier to build these characters. And what I'm having to do, though, is I'll come in here and I'll add a little bit to what I'm building, then I have to go to and look at some of the screenshots I made when I was actually putting these Minecraft worlds together to create them here in the park. So I have 3 different worlds started in Minecraft. One for Dobbers, one for Sergeant Bones, and then one for Katie Witch. Ooh, hold up. We got to put some music in here. Oh, that's better. See, all the transitions are in. I got the clip. It's under 15 minutes, so we're good to go. Music. I'm going to add another music track. We're almost to the end, but I'm working on Dobbers now. But I have the 3 characters built. I can start working on their shops. I want to build the cookies, the stuff for Katie. Dobbers, like I said, I want to use maybe the hat shop for him, and I can create a couple of different, go into the menu and see what they have that I can sell. That would be Dobbers shop. And then I think for Sergeant Bones, I did Sergeant Bones jaw haul using what's his name? Big King Beef. That you can use that shop. Just rename it Sergeant Bones jaw haul, and I can use a different thing than that. Like I could do like a closet type thing where I have Sergeant Bones jaw haul would be like this, the big beef there, and then I can put a hot dog stand there, and then maybe a soda stop, all three of them in one little complex to create the chow hall look. So I'll be looking at that. So I'm gonna design something like that. My other park there, that other clipboard, you can kind of pull up, so that's why I started this one. So I just have the 3 different characters I'm working on, and I got carried away. I always do. But I think it's turned out pretty good. I'm building a hat. That's what I'm saying. I could do a hat shop for Dobbers. And he is a ghost, so that's why I got him kind of a palish skin. And I do actually have 3 different worlds I started. One for Dobbers. I got one for Sergeant Bones. I got him going on where his place is up in the mountain there. But I do have the total complex with another portal where you can go into where he was once assigned as a guard, the maintenance pool there. Bob started out making armor and stuff like that, where he learned to do engineering and stuff, and he became my worker. I hired him to paint my tanks, and I hired him to paint my ships, and I blow them up. And I do blow them up. Oh, I have to get back into playing a little bit. That's like Red Dead Redemption too. I could do something in the park with that because I do play Red Dead. That's kind of fun. I've still got some work to do in there, and I want to get a lot of this done first so I can get that park posted and opened up and posted. My buddy, he's working on his park. I might just go visit his park. He's doing a lot of neat things, and I get a lot of ideas from going and looking and visiting and admiring his builds. There we go. Now there's just ahead of Dobbers. It kind of looks like him. Like I said, I could do a little bit more. Like I said, I got to flip back and forth between working here and pulling up the screenshot so I can see what he looks like. The same way I had to do with Katie and Sergeant Bones. Now, there's 2 different things in the game. There's actual skeletons as NPCs that you gotta take out. If you're playing standard creative, you don't have to worry about them. They won't attack you, but you can attack them. One-shot them. But no, so that's the one where I was building the skeleton on a black block so that the black would blend in with a dark ride. Oh, strip clip. Well done, everybody. Music, transitions, and timing, everything is good. Strip clip, cut, print, and post. Put it in the cannon on the shelf. From ELA Studio in Sunnsville, Ed O'Griz, Jazz, and Gwen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for following. All right, Mr. Editor, we can move this down.